Welcome to the Hoop Threads podcast. Here with another prospect spotlight, with some more international flavor being added to the show. In Panagiotis Pagonis from Athens, Greece, 6'9", power forward at Massanutten Military Academy. Man, how are we feeling today?
All good, man. Thank you for inviting me here. It's my pleasure.
Awesome, man. Well, let's get right into it. Let's start with the warm up here. So, what's your favorite American sports drink? I guess we have to say.
I guess it's Gatorade. That's like I think everyone. That's why everyone says so Gatorade. Yeah,
What flavor? And one of the colors best to you?
I might go with berry flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
PS5, Xbox, PC. Do you play video games?
Yes, I do play video games. I really prefer a PS5. I think. Yeah.
Okay. What are you playing on that?
I play some 2K25. I used to play a lot Grand Theft Auto,
Okay.
and yeah, that's it. That's it.
So two
Yeah.
two very different games to play for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
What's the best basketball shoe to play in, and then the best kind of non-hooping shoe just kind of
All
wear
right.
on?
So I'm an Adidas guy. I really like the AE ones.
Okay.
So for a non-hooping shoe, I would say the Air Force ones.
Okay. What's your favorite meal? So give me entree, appetizer, dessert, drink. I feel like you're gonna go
Uh
Greek with this one, but
yeah.
yeah.
So from Greece, I really miss. I used to eat a lot pasta with chicken on the side and some type of salad, let's say. I don't really like desserts. So I'm gonna go with brownies for desserts.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do you have a different favorite like American meal now that you've come over here?
I mean, we I really like Chick-fil-A here.
Mm. You said
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A?
yeah, I really like Chick-fil-A. Like their chicken is very good. Like we don't have that. We don't have it in Greece. And yeah,
That's
I really
God's
like it.
chicken, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
God's chicken.
Uh-huh.
Glad,
Yeah.
glad to hear you enjoy it, man. What's been your favorite basketball environment to play in? You know, it doesn't have to be in America, could be back home.
So I really like the gyms back in Europe. I think they're a little bit more different. Like for right now in the US, I don't really have played in a big gym, you know. In Europe we have like played in some gyms that have like 5 or 6 thousand capacity, let's say.
Hmm.
So yeah, I really miss to play in a big court. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. What person have you met that you were in awe of? You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be an athlete if you just kind of met someone famous that you thought was really cool.
All right. So I met Giannis before, exactly before he got drafted, back in 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like it was before he became famous and all this stuff. So yeah, so that was the reason I started playing basketball actually.
Describe that day. What was that like?
So before basketball, I used to do taekwondo, you know. So one day, my parents told me that a famous basketball guy came uh, to Athens to meet some kids and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, why not? And I got a signature from him, and then I really thought about basketball because of him, and I started playing basketball, and now I'm here.
Hmm. Gotcha. Awesome, man. That's a cool story. Tell me about your first dunk.
My first in-game dunk,
Yeah.
it was like 3 years before. It was just, I'm not that athletic, so it was just an open dunk in the transition. That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
but it felt really good actually.
Was it just a pickup game or what was
No, it was an actual game. It was an actual game. Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Well, let's take it back to the beginning there. So how did you kind of get started in the game? You know, did your family play? You know, I think it might be the Giannis story that you just mentioned, but kind of talk about the early stages in your development.
Yeah. So nobody from my family played basketball before. So I was the first one to start playing basketball. Yeah, as I said, Giannis really had an impact on that. I really liked that I met a dude that got drafted from Greece actually, and yeah, I started like play with my friends in the beginning, and then this developed to make me think go professional. and yeah, that's why I'm here right now.
Gotcha. So talk about your experience playing, basketball in Greece, kind of what that experience was like playing for different teams and um maybe talk a little bit too about like some of the differences in style between their brand of basketball and American basketball.
First of all, it's like two different play styles, let's say. In Europe, let's say, it's way more like I think it's slower from here. Um, you have to be a high IQ guy to play there in a high level. So right here, the game is way more physical. You have to be 40 minutes concentrated to the game. You can relax in the game because you might miss like a rebound or you might get stripped and you might be out of the game next. So yeah, you have to be here way more physical. The game is way faster here. Like so, in the first games I played here, I was really soaked from the way they were running the floor and all the stuff. I think that's the most different thing I saw.
Okay. Did you play for club teams and stuff back home?
Yeah, I played for two clubs back in Greece. I played for Peristeri. It's the first club, and the second club is called Milonas.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What was that experience like? What did you learn? Were you kind of living on your own or were you still living at home with your parents? What was talk
Yeah,
about that
I
experience?
was still living with my parents. Like the first club I mentioned it was like 20 minutes from my home. The second one it was like 10 minutes, so it was pretty close, let's say. I had like a lot of coaches that really helped me with basketball because they were experienced actually. They helped me learn how to see the game like more competitive and uh, in Europe, it's very important the aspect of winning,
Mm,
especially if you're a pro. Because right now we're not getting paid, but if you're a professional, you're getting money, so you have to win in order to keep getting paid, and you have to. So in basketball, the main goal is to win. Like everywhere you're, like even here or in Europe, you have to win. Yeah.
okay. Gotcha. What parts of the European game do you think have really helped you kind of coming over to America? Because I'm sure there's some, you talked about the athleticism a little bit, being a different kind of change of pace as well, like the speed of the game. What parts of your game do you feel like really help you over here in America?
All right, so I think definitely my shooting it helps me a lot to keep the balance because I'm not that athletic as I said,
Mm,
at least for right now. So the way I shoot the ball it really helps me here. I think the way because I think I'm a high IQ player, so that really helps me to read multiple situations in the offensive end.
mm,
And in defense, I'm not like the fastest guy in the court. So that helps me to understand like which player is a better shooter, so I have to be like closer to him, and which player is more like a slasher, so I have to stay a little back.
mm.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so like the position, kind of defensive IQ. That makes
exactly the position. Yeah.
Who do you model your game after?
I don't have a specific player that I model, but I prefer to take uh, multiple aspects of the game from every single player. Like some of them I take their mentality, or some others the way they shoot the ball, or the way they're dribbling, the way they're passing. So I try to get like multiple aspects of the game from each player.
Okay. So we've kind of already done this, but I'm gonna let you kind of self scout and talk about some of your strengths in the court and then some of the
Yeah.
weaknesses, some of the areas that you're trying to improve on the most.
All right. So as I said, my I will start with my strengths. I think it's shooting definitely. I think I'm an underrated driver too because the way I shoot the ball it makes my difference to come closer. So at this point, I'm really good to read the closeouts and attack. So my weaknesses, as I said, it was definitely my athleticism. I think so. Back in Europe, I was a really good rebounder. Right now, I play against guys that are way stronger than me and way athletic than me. So I have to be careful with that because right now I don't rebound the ball the way I want to
Mhm.
right now. Also, I think I really want to improve on ball handling.
Mm, Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I'd
Mhm.
agree with most of that too. I think once the game slows down for you, though, I think some of those disparities will be a little bit more normal.
Definitely, yeah.
I think if you're able to kind of play make from the wing, I think you're a really good passer. I didn't really hear you mention
Yeah,
that, but
so that's a really underrated part from my game, and I really got better here, passing the ball. Like the most of the games I play here, I really like pass the ball well, and I'm trying to help my teammates really get better because we need all I need all my teammates to be at their best. Let's say, position in the game to
mm,
hit up and shot or go make a layup, for example. I really want to include my players in my teammates in the game.
yeah, and I think once you get that ball handling to a higher level where you can kind of create off the bounce, I think that'll
Definitely, definitely,
unlock
yeah.
a new level for you.
Mhm.
How do you prepare for each game the day of? Do you have like a certain routine, or is it just like any normal day?
So if the game is like in the evening, I prefer to go in the morning for a shoot around, always with the team. I always take like a 2 hour nap in the afternoon. So I prefer to come in the gym like 2 hours before the game, two and 2.5 hours before the game. Get some stretch, put some salt up, and then it's game time. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Talk about how you ended up in Massanutten. And you're in Virginia here. It's a long way away from home. Talk about how you got here.
So in the beginning, I really was looking for a college team to recruit me. But so my last year it was my breakout season. So a lot of the coaches were not sure what type of player I am. So most of the coaches told me to wait for the U18 European basketball tournament because I participate in the national team too.
Hmm.
Greece. So after the tournament, I had like multiple offers, but I thought it was too late. The rosters were almost full, and I thought a prep school would be really helpful for me. And then I was in a call with Coach Perry, and he told me what he was thinking of me playing in this team and the schedule that this team has, and I really like it, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I think the toughness of that league will be, something that'll really prepare you for the next level of basketball because
Actually, yeah, yeah.
it's grown men in that league. It's different than regular
Definitely,
high school
definitely, yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
Talk about a time that you faced adversity, like a difficult time, and some tools that you used to navigate through that time period.
So through a like tough time, so I don't want to overthink like what's wrong with like a game. For example, if I have a bad game, I don't want to think really about it. I just want to like think what I did wrong and just go to the gym and get better. That's it. So at the end of the day, whatever we do, even if it's basketball or in our lives, we'll have to get better at the end of
Mhm.
the day. That's it.
Okay, no, that's a good approach.
Mhm.
Talk about your gym schedule. What parts of your game have you been working on the most, and what do you feel like you've added the most to your game since the end of last season?
So since I came here, I think I became a better shooter because my percentages right now are pretty close to 50%. Uh, I really became, I think I'm a better athlete right now than the beginning of the season. Uh, I really need to improve uh, my game from the defensive aspect, I think. But I think it's a long season and I'm gonna get there at some point, yeah.
What parts of the floor, like physical spots on the floor, do you feel the most and the least comfortable right now? So, like, corner, top of the key, in the paint, wings, what
All right,
areas do you
yeah.
feel the most comfortable and then the least comfortable, like some areas you need to work on?
So the least comfortable is definitely the corners, I think. I'm not used to stay in the corner and spot up there. I really prefer the wings because I think the gaps, the players that are in the gaps are not so much. Like you don't have so many players in the gaps, so it's easier to attack from the wings. So I really like shoot from the top and attack from the wings, but I don't have any problem like shoot from corners, wings, or uh, top of the key.
Okay. So rank these three in order of most important to you, and then kind of relatively least important. So game-winning assist, game-winning bucket, game-winning defensive stop.
All right, so for me, a game-winning stop would be different first. Then would be a game-winning shot. Then you say game-winning assist.
Hmm.
And what's the last one?
No, those are the three.
Oh,
So
yeah.
assist,
All right.
bucket,
Yeah.
and stop. Yeah. Okay.
So it's stop, back and assist.
Okay. What are some things that are important to you, like some things that you value both on and off the court? Is it kind of honesty? Is it respect? Is it discipline? Is it communication? Is it what are some things that matter to you both on and off the court?
Definitely communication. I think you have to communicate in and out the court because when you're in the court, you have to communicate with your teammates to switch or to call a play and all this stuff. Off the court, you gotta build this chemistry. So you have to talk again with your teammates about that. Again, I think it's respect. You gotta respect your teammates and your opponent always. Like I think respect for me it's the biggest thing in basketball. If you gain the respect of the other player, you don't need nothing else.
So we don't have to talk about specific schools that are kind of involved with you right now, but talk about some criteria, some things that are important to you as far as, does location matter? East Coast, West Coast, hot environment, cold environment, big school, small school, and then kind of play style. So, fast paced or like more of a slow, methodical style. What do you think would kind of make the best fit for you coaching too? So, a coach that's really going to get under your skin and be on top of you 24/7, or a coach that's a bit more laid back and kind of lets you make mistakes. What are some things that kind of matter to you in that recruiting process?
All right, so first of all, I got no problem going West or East Coast. Like I'm not right now a player that has like 40 or 50 offers and he can decide where to go. I'm like right now I have zero offers, so I really want to go somewhere that the team really needs me and I, I can really help the team winning. So I really like coaches that uh, you know are on you like 24/7, as you said, because I think they really care. If you own you 24/7, they really care about you. So I prefer that.
Okay. Tell me about some interests or hobbies kind of off the court. Outside of video games or hanging out with friends. Are you a great flute player? Do you have any hidden talents that that we don't know about?
I would say I'm very good actually at table tennis. Actually,
Mm.
yeah, like if I didn't play basketball, I would really like, even if I'm tall, I would really like to play table tennis. Like when I was younger, I used to play every single day table tennis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I hope I get an opportunity to play you one of these days. Hopefully.
All right, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I'm down too, man. If basketball didn't work out for you, God forbid you had an injury and your career ended tomorrow, kind of what would be your plan moving forward for the next 30 years?
So I can only live without basketball, so that means I will really have to go with something else that it's close to be a player. I would really like to be a coach,
Mm,
even though I think it's very hard to be a coach for you.
mm.
So yeah, I would say basketball coach.
Okay. Gotcha. Give me some of your goals for this season, both like individual and kind of like team goals too.
So team goal is to go. Actually, team goal is the next practice because I'm not a guy that like is looking for the end of the season for national championships or all that. I think our goal should be the next practice so we can get better. So as an individual goal is pretty much the same. At the end of the season, I just want to sit down and ask myself, did I get better this season? So if it's a yes, it's like a good season. If I say no, it's not a good season. I think At the end of the day, it's how you get better at every aspect of the game.
Hmm. Okay. If someone gifted you $100,000 right now, how would you spend it?
That's a great question right there. I probably would go uh, on holidays with my girlfriend. I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know where though. Yeah,
You just go on a trip somewhere?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Not buying mom a house or anything.
No, we don't need houses. We good. We good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really
Mom,
need a trip right now. I really need to get out of Woodstock right now.
I got you. What has been your happiest moment on a basketball court so far?
Um, I think it's playing for my national team. I think it's really an honor to play for your national team. I really want to do it again this summer. I'm gonna work for it to so I can be there. And yeah, I think that's the best moment right now.
Okay. Uh, you haven't really been playing a bunch in the DMV yet, but I did want to ask, is there anything different that you notice when you play against DMV teams versus kind of maybe teams back home or teams from different parts of the country?
Where is the DMV?
DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So kind of like this area. So you're a little bit, Southern Virginia, and
Yeah.
you'll find that, a lot of people just kind of consider it the area just around DC. But
Uh-huh.
like Mount Zion and some of the teams in the tournament this past weekend are DMV.
So I think yeah, I watched the game from Mount Zion. I think Mount Zion is a really good school. They have a really good program, from what I heard here. So I think like most of the prep school teams are very physical, as you said. I don't think like they have something different from what I noticed, at least from right now.
Okay.
They have like a pretty good team there. Like so yeah, I haven't noticed like anything different from us, for example, playing here.
Okay. Last question, before we get to the serious last question. Would you rather try to guard Kevin Durant with the game on the line or take a charge from Shaq?
Ooh, oh my God, I don't know, like probably Gary KT. Like I am taking a charge from Slack. I would go to a hospital. I don't know, like for real.
Hey, he's a
That
big
was a
dude,
tough
man.
question.
That's why I ask it. All right, man. So really appreciate your time. Last question. What is your why? Why do you work so hard at the game? Why do you sacrifice so much? Why do you move, thousands of miles away from, your family and everything for this opportunity? What makes it important to you? What is your why?
At the end of the day, I think every athlete really loves what he's doing right now. I really love basketball, but at the end of the day, everyone wants to feed his family. He wants to. So even like if you go professional, you really need to work hard, be like focused 24/7 to have a better future for yourself and for your family. That's a goal.
Really appreciate the time. Panagiotis Pagonis. Look
This
forward
is
to
man.
watching you the next year and the rest of your career, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.